I did, last week I mentioned that I pre-ordered the Fallout 4 Pip-Boy edition.
Mm-hmm. And I've heard there's some controversy with that.
Oh lord.
Yeah, limited supplies.
Oh, that's all limited editions. The only reason there are such a limited amount of supplies this time is because scalpers learned through amiibos that you can buy stuff that people want.
That's part of it, but you said yourself you probably wouldn't have bothered with it if it wasn't for the Pitboy. This is like
that's true.
Ultimate collector's item. It's not a model that's going to have to be dusted and take on space. This is something that people can wear to cons and stuff like that.
That is very, very true, and I imagine that at some point they'll probably make Pip-Boys to sell separately. Mm-hmm. I honestly think they would be ridiculous not to. They will sell. It is kind of a niche item. A lot of people have made fun of it on the internet. Just as many people have made fun of it as has backed it up by saying, I'm going to buy this. But there's a lot of people that are scalping it with the intention of reselling it for a higher price to pay for their own. Mm-hmm. And the people that are fueling this kind of thing are the people that are actually buying them for the prices that are being put up on eBay. I know you guys really want your Pitboys. I know you guys really want your amiibos, but the more you fuel these scalpers, the more they're going to do this kind of thing. This is going to be the new trend in the future. It's going to be impossible to get the collector's item that you want.
And not just the collector's item. It's like what happened with that PT demo.
Yeah, okay. The reason the PT demo thing happened is because of Flappy Bird. Flappy Bird started that. When Flappy Bird went off, people started selling their iPhones and their iPads that had Flappy Bird on there for ridiculous prices because, oh my god, you can't get it anymore. It's not that impressive of a thing that it should be so sensationalized. It may be time to stop. Go lay down.
Kind of derailed you there, though. Sorry about that.
That's okay. I'm easily derailed right now, to be perfectly honest.
You were talking about your Fallout 4 pre-order.
Right. So I pre-ordered the Fallout. Why was I talking about? Oh, right. Okay, I got it. I mentioned last week that I pre-ordered the Fallout 4 Pip-Boy edition from Best Buy. And I got the Gamers Club unlocked, so I got it for cheaper than what it normally would retail for. I only pre-ordered one, so I'm not trying to scalp you guys. I'm one of the good guys, I promise. However, I had a $25 pre-order down on Fallout 4 at GameStop because, as I mentioned last week, they were supposed to call me when the Pip-Boy edition went on sale, and that never happened. So I canceled that. I put it towards the Signature Edition for Mighty No. 9. Now, the Signature Edition comes with a copy of the game. Okay, you need to get down. Get down. A copy of the game signed by Inafune-san himself, and it also comes with a limited edition Beck statue. I'm debating myself on this one so bad. If it was Mega Man, it would be no questions asked. But this is a brand new IP that's only Mega Man in spirit. It's not Mega Man itself.
But this is where Mega Man's going to go if he goes in.
Right, but Azure Striker Gunvolt was like the thing to hold us over for Mighty No. 9 because of Mega Man not getting another game. So it's like all of these things leading into each other. It's not this, but it's like this. And then you've got Mighty No. 9. It's not this, but it's like this, which is like this. And it's just, I don't know if I should be paying double the price of the game just for a statue for an IP that I've never played.
But it's Inafune's signature.
It is, and I really want to support the team. I believe in the work that they're doing. I just fighting myself on it because it is the cost of a AAA title, which normally doesn't faze me because I don't normally pay full price for most of that stuff. So it normally doesn't faze me when I find something that I really want that I'd like to do that with. I really do have my doubts about the game, and I feel shitty for saying that because I've been talking about it and I've been praising it for so long, but looking at it again, it's like, I don't really know how I feel about the direction that he's going with it. Like, the whole stunning and then dashing through the enemy to absorb it, I don't know how much gameplay enjoyment I'm going to get out of that. My problem is that I'm a perfectionist. Because if I don't complete a segment to what I believe the fullest extent of my capability in completing that segment, I will play it over and over and over and over again. If I miss too many shots with bats on Fallout 3, I'll go to my previous load. It doesn't matter if it's 10 or 15 minutes ago. I'm going to go back to it, get to the super mutant that I'm trying to kill, and then take him out with as few shots as possible. And if I don't think that I did that accurately enough, I'm going to go back and do it again. And that's a personal quirk that I have. It's just, it's the level of perfectionist that I blame on Final Fantasy, because ethers were so unavailable through the main part of the game. You hoarded them all through until the end, and then you still didn't use them because you were so overpowered by the end that it didn't even matter. You had this the stock of items that you could have used at any point through the game to make it a little bit easier on yourself, but you waited until you thought you were going to need it, and then you never ended up needing it because it's not meant for final game.
I'm laughing because I'm guilty of that one.
I think a lot of people are, but something I noticed in the gameplay for Mighty No. 9, which is what is causing my pause, is that there seems to be some kind of combo system with your shooting and absorbing enemies, and I don't know how frustrating it's going to be for me to keep going back through it. And I shouldn't be blaming the developer for that because, again, that's my personal quirk. It's not something that the developer is in charge of. He shouldn't be meant to cater to my craziness, but at the same time, it's my money.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
And money is important these days, and you want to spend it on things that you think is going to I can't
be worth your time.
Yeah, be worth your time, exactly. Or things that you're going to find value in. Like, do I really want to eat this $1 cup of noodles, or do I want to go out and get an amazing hamburger today? You know, that kind of that's where I'm at right now with this game. It's like, do I want to put money down on this thing I've never tasted, or do I want to potentially save it for something coming up that I know I'm going to like because I've had this same taste before? And that's where I am. I'm probably going to just say screw it and let it go through, not cancel the pre-order, and just, absorb the fullness of the thing that is Mighty No. 9 and the awesome statue. So it's just a personal quirk. I'm curious as to how many other people kind of debate with themselves how badly do I want this collector's edition when it's a brand new IP.
I have hardly played anything of any real note that isn't a browser-based game that I get in and get out of real quick in probably 6-7 months. And that bothers me. That bothers the heck out of me. I put as much time into Guild Wars 2 as I have probably anything else that I've bought and played. And that bothers me, because I have not probably put more than, 14 hours at best into Guild Wars 2 over the course of however months it's been, and I haven't probably touched it in 4 weeks, even to get my dailies. What's wrong with me?
God, don't mention dailies. Holy crap. They're back. So they finally put dailies back in WoW.
Yeah, 6.2 came out today, or was it the 23rd?
It was fairly recently.
I didn't hear about any of the new upgrades. I just heard about the name purge for it. If you haven't signed in by a certain time, and I think it's December 2010 or something like that, then you're likely going to be removed. And so a bunch of names are coming back.
So wait, is that... Talk deja vu here, because that has already happened once before.
Mm-hmm. I think that was the big end of the world one.
That was Cataclysm.
Yeah,
and it was right after that, yeah, because that's when I got my monk's name, which, of course, has changed because I'm now a girl.
Oh no, you gendered yourself.
I did. I'm big into the transmogging thing, and it's just not working out as far as leather goes with my male monk, so I made a female. I was spending too much money on those stupid imbibing potions, which changes your gender automatically. So it's like, screw it, I might as well just go ahead and do the whole thing.
So many jokes I'm not going to touch.
I know. I'm weak. Was that from Dr. Tran?
Yes.
The chicken now? I'm weak.
Oh, I had completely forgotten about those until you said that.
Oh, I love Dr. Tran.
Well, anything on your mind, Grover, since we've kind of just butted you right into the video zone?
No, nothing very much on my mind now. I don't play any Mega Man at all. I think I played one and that's it. And one of those 3D ones on, I think it was PlayStation or something.
Like Legends or...
Yeah, Legends, that must have been it.
Or 64, which is practically the same game as I understand it.
Mm-hmm.
Mega Man 64 actually added, I think it was 2, it may have only been 1, weapon modifications, which was the shield. I think it was also a bit faster because it was cartridge-based instead of CD-based. No. And, cartridges, despite all their faults, actually do load faster because it's flash memory. Mm-hmm. They're the exact same game, though. If you have only one or the other, don't bother getting the system specifically for the game. If you're a Mega Man fan and you've never played Legends.
It's probably on a virtual console or something by now, isn't it?
I don't believe that it is.
Of course, it only took till now for them to put the Suikoden 3 on the PlayStation Marketplace, so...
Well, I think Tronbon is coming to the PlayStation Network, which is kind of amazing because that game is worth a lot of money on the original PlayStation disc. Mm-hmm. So I have it. I didn't know what it was when I bought it. I was like, oh, it's Tronbon from Mega Man. I'm going to buy it. It's basically Mega Man Legends, but told from Tronbon's, perspective.
It's got some weird RTS stuff in it, though. It's a little bit like that Overlord game.
Well, I never played Overlord, so I couldn't...
I thought you did. Or am I thinking of
I own it, but I've never installed it. So many games on your Steam list go uninstalled and unplayed, but... Right. So, the one thing that I remember from Tronbon, and people are going to laugh at me, me, if they played the game, is the restaurant mini game that you can do with the serve bots, making the different curry and whatnot. I remember that, and I remember nothing else. I don't remember any of Tronbon other than the little restaurant mini game where you have to serve the right kind of curry to the people with your serve bots. Or you have to, no, you're serving the serve bots. That's what it is.
That sounds backwards.
So, right? But anyways.
Yeah, you're right, Randall. Serve bots are basically just prinnies.
They really kind of are.
Or minions.
When you think about it. Or minions. Gruesome minions. And how do you feel about that movie?
Oh, I haven't seen enough of it to know for certain.
Well, I saw the preview, the main trailer that has like the most footage in it, because I went and saw it at Jurassic World, and they played that. It looks okay. Mm-hmm. Not amazing, but it still seems to have the same kind of Despicable Me minion charm to it.
I just don't know if they can base a whole movie off of that.
That's what my issue with it is, too, because
they're fantastic in chunks, but sitting through an hour and a half of them and their hijinks, I don't know.
And I think that's what the problem with most of that kind of stuff is. It's like, hey, we've got these really cute characters that everybody likes. Let's make a movie based off of it. And it never goes the way they want it to. It's never critically received the way that the main movie is, because they're just side characters to add humor or pluckiness onto the other characters in the movie, which in Despicable Me's case was probably entirely unnecessary, because the main characters in that are already kind of plucky. Yep. So throwing the minions in there was just kind of a nice, here's some bonus humor with your humor.
But it worked. Although speaking of superhero type stuff, I don't know if you can necessarily say Despicable Me is superhero. It's more like James Bond.
Supervillain, close enough.
It's kind of James Bond supervillain though. But
yeah, it's still a supervillain.
Heroes is coming back. I know a lot of people already know about this, but the trailer released today.
Heroes.
You remember Heroes, the TV series?
Superheroes?
Yep.
Yeah.
What?
Heroes Reborn. I originally kept up with the first season about as doggedly as I did any TV show, but then they started playing racquetball with the time slots during season 2, and I just kept getting lost. And the same thing happened back when Tech TV, before it went nuts with G4 and went bonkers, thinking that cheaters and cops were more interesting than actually stuff about technology and video games. Yeah, of course. But anyway, they ran the series on there too, and during season 1, I got to just watch everything all over again. Season 2, they started playing ping pong with the time slots again. So that was 2 chances, and I gave up. And to this day, I still have not seen season 2, or if there even was a season 3. I've never seen it.
There's a season 3 and 4.
They got canceled before they finished.
I watched all of them, yeah. Well, there was supposed to be another season after that where Siler just turned good and then canceled his ears.
Then he became Spock. But anyway, yeah.
Yeah, then he became Spock.
Heroes Reborn, it's mostly a whole new cast. They did kind of tease the fact that the Japanese guy, I think his name was Hiro, his character's coming back.
Yep,
the one that could manipulate time. So I'll probably keep up with it, simply because most of the shows I'm watching right now are off-season now. And
trying to think of what I watched.
I need to start catching up with Arrow is what I need to do. And then when I'm done with Arrow, get into Flash.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I started watching that, and there's also another show. I'm not sure what to make of it, because the episodes are only like 3 minutes long.
Oh, so there's been a lot of those lately.
I don't know what kind of series that is. What is that? Is that like a...
You remember back in the 90s, I think it was, that they would have the regular shows, but they would cut out one of the commercial breaks or something like that, so at the end of it, there would be this little mini episode thing. Now, for one thing, some people from the 80s might remember stuff like Schoolhouse Rock and all those types of stuff. They did it back then, too. This is the Japanese equivalent. They have these little miniature 5-minute mini anime that are showing up in these little tiny time slots. And apparently it's becoming really popular, because I know of at least 6 series. I've only seen one of them, and it was horrible. But, I mean, what can you do in 3 minutes of screen time besides make one really bad joke?
So I saw one, I watched the first, I think, 2, which I don't know if that's saying something. I was like, I don't know what these 3-minute episodes are, but I think Sydney would like these, so I'm going to hold on to it. And of course, we work opposite shifts, so I haven't had a chance to watch it. But I was interested in it. I really wanted to see more of it. It was called I Can't Understand What My Husband Is Saying. Well, it's about a normal Japanese girl, I don't guess that she needs to be Japanese, who marries through an arranged marriage an otaku. And it's about their life together and how they kind of resolve their they're different. Yeah, basically that. They're shit. They're different kind of ways of looking at life. It seems funny because I just came off of watching Genshiken's second season, and it really seems like an extension of that.
I can see that, yeah.
So I think that more than anything is what got me interested in it and wanting to watch it more. I just think that Sydney would enjoy it also, and I would like something that I can watch with her again. It's been a while.
Even if they're only 3 minutes.
Even if it's... Well, there's like 3 or 4 different seasons, and it's apparently still ongoing, and they're still adding to it. So the last time I watched it was earlier this week, and it said that the next episode aired in like 2 or 3 days from when I was watching it. So I think it is something that's being actively added to Crunchyroll as it airs. So that's nice, right? I mean,
Crunchyroll is pretty on a roll. Try again. Crunchyroll is pretty much on time with stuff lately. Matter of fact, there's been some stuff that's been simulcast. They're getting permission to air on their site the same time it's airing on Japanese TV. So
I have drank. I don't even know how much. I've drank too much.
You better stop, dude.
I'm at that point where it's, oh my god, half the bottle's gone.
Especially if you have to work tomorrow.
No, I'm off for the next 2 days, so I'm okay. I wouldn't be doing this. Not this much if I had to work tomorrow.
But alas, I guess we should wrap things up before it gets any later.
Grover. I was making sure you're still there.
He is.
Oh, I will say one really cool thing about Ryu in Smash Brothers. You know how the perfect shield... Do you remember the original Street Fighter Kin combo, where he does the perfect blocks like so many times in a row, and then he comes out with the counter at the perfect time and wins the match off of it, and it was just hype as shit back in the day. Do you remember that?
The Daigo Ryu Shin Lee. Because she was doing that hyper
kick,
which is even harder to parry.
Yes, and he was doing it perfectly every time, and it makes that parrying sound. When you do the perfect shield in Super Smash Bros. 4 with Ryu, it does that sound, that parry sound, and I don't know if it's because I know that video and I know where the sound came from, and it hypes me up when I'm playing Ryu, and I do better when I hear that. You know what I mean? It's such an homage to Street Fighter and Ryu. The way that they put Mega Man in the game is such an homage to Mega Man.
And Pac-Man. The way they handled him. There's a lot of nostalgia going on there.
They say what you will about Smash 4. You Smash Melee purists, I know you're out there. I love Smash Melee as well. I love Smash 4 though, because you can tell from the way the characters were implemented into the game, there is such an amount of dedication and love being put into every single one. And if you don't like the mechanics of Smash 4, you at least have to acknowledge that yes, they know the origins of the characters, and they respect the origins of the characters, and they want the characters to feel like they belong in the game, even though they're from such disparate universes. Mm-hmm. It's so cool to see that, for me, in a game like that, where it has so many characters, it would be so easy to just kind of make everybody's sound effects kind of samey, and get characters like Ryu, and every hit that he lands sounds like he's doing a combo in Street Fighter 2. It's just so cool. I've never gotten that hyped about a character. I'm going a little nuts, so I'm sorry. I drink too much. So, question I have on amiibos for anybody listening to the show that collects amiibos like I do. I swore to myself that I would never, ever pay more than MSRP for any single amiibo, no matter what the circumstance. But somebody that I know that has a bunch of amiibos that I need is getting out of the amiibo game, and he's looking to sell off his collection. Sydney has already bought King DDD for $20, which is a good deal because normally he's worth, in the range of 30 to 40. Dude also has Pit and Captain Falcon, which are both characters I need. Only Falcon is one that I'm super amazingly interested in because he is one of my mains. Should I break and buy him for $20? Because that is the offer. And when you think about it, when you put tax into the equation, it's only like another $5.50 after tax that I'm going to have to pay, which you could say is pretty close to shipping. So
I see those gears turning. You're trying to figure out
you're trying to justify it to myself, but at the same time, I'm trying to be so damn stubborn and be like, no, I'm not willing to pay more than MSRP. For somebody that you used to main, or you occasionally main, or you still main, is $20 worth the amiibo to you? Yes or no in the comments. I'll totally be keeping an eye on them because I want to know if this is something that you would put money down on, considering that the character, Captain Falcon, is typically worth the same as DDD, 30 to 40 bucks. So give me an answer if you can in the comments below, and I'll totally take a look at it.
Or if all else, shoot us an email at PrinnyCast@gmail.com.
Yeah, you can also send to the hate mail, Mike's hate mail address, which I don't remember what it is. I'm sure
PrinnyMike@hotmail.com. Pretty Mike.
That's the one. Pretty
no
Mike.
underscores or anything like that. Just one
Pretty
word.
Hotmail.
And you can follow us on Twitter at PrinnyCast. And see how I threw that in, so we don't make the show a 4-hour show.
I do.
Poor Grover. We bored him silly over there. See? But yeah, I guess until next time, y'all.
Yeah,
until next time.
Later, dudes.